Good evening to you, one and all. Shadow Temple of the Zeldathon, Lion-Hearted, and Sin Squad teams back here, definitely later than I expected, but here nonetheless with more Return of the Obra Dinn. A game that we've actually been playing Thursday, Friday, and today because I've loved it so much and I want to make sure that we finish it before TwitchCon. So rather than doing our usual, every other day, different game kind of thing, I just want to make sure we finished it. So we've been playing it every day until we do. For those who have not seen this game, you're probably going to be a little confused tonight, but that's all right because it's a really fun time. The idea is that we are currently aboard the vessel, the Obra Dinn, an early 1800s ship that was trying to go, I think, from Britain through or underneath Africa all the way over to somewhere else. And in the process, lost all 60 members of its crew and passengers without any sort of warning and without any known survivors. And so, it's been up to us as an insurance adjuster to try and determine what happened to the fate, or what happened to all 60 members, right? We've been armed so far with two things. Number one, the ship's ledger and basic documents, including a map of the ship, as well as a list of the names of all the people aboard, and a bit of artwork of all 60 members aboard the ship. Not as individuals, not like individual portraits, but like big giant scenes that we have enough of these pictures that we can get all of the members who were on board at the time. We also, our second item, this is the important one, have something called a memento mortem, which allows us to see the final moments in a freeze frame sort of action of every body that is aboard the ship. And so in the past two streams, we've been walking around, finding the various bones aboard the ship and trying to determine what happened to each. Of the 60, I believe we are over 30. We've determined the fates of over 30 members of the crew. Every time we get 3 right, which is to say we identify the name of the person, we identify what happened to them, and if necessary, we also determine who killed them in each of these cases. And if you get 3 in a row, then the game reveals to you that they are indeed correct. So far, of the 60, like I said, we are just over 30. And so we got a long ways to go, especially now since we've seen all of the death scenes in the game, the memento mortem. We've seen every single scene that the game is willing to provide. And so from here on out, we just kind of have to deduce everything ourselves. So I hope you brought your deducing hats because dang, oh dang, we're going to have to work together to figure this one out, all right? Now, that is, of course, to say if you've already played this game, shh. But if you haven't played this game and you want to just enjoy and engage on the mystery, well, this would be a perfect time to do precisely that. And of course, thank you, Lojo Ryan. You tell you what, let's. I can't do it before during the stream, so I just have to thank you very much right now, Lojo Ryan, for 15 months in a row. Thank you so much. Get those double thoughts and ducks in chat as you've already done, but do it again anyway because I love you, and I want you to do it again, please. All right, let's get things going, shall we? Let's just go. Again, the game's kind of weird. Doesn't allow me to have anything up, so I kind of have to close everything first and then kind of go from there. So bear with me for a second while I just kind of clean house and then immediately try to start this game. And also flip my scene. Boom! Did it! Oh, God, there's my desktop. There it is. It's fine. Everything's great. Everything's good. Are there any deaths that we know about that aren't named or confirmed yet? I presume there are actually several, actually. So welcome, once again, to the return of the Obra Dinn. We are continuing our first playthrough where we have played 5 hours and 58 minutes such. We've only solved 30 fates so far, so we're going to have to see where that goes. Finally got caught up on the VODs? Nice. You're probably going to be more of help to us than I am today. So this is the last death that I was trying to determine, because I feel like I have not dealt with this particular sequence of circumstances as of yet very well. This, of course, being the guy who bled out as a result of a big tussle in the center here. Haven't really messed with that a whole lot, and I feel like I should. So, I think this is where I'm going to go next, is trying to determine what the hell happened to all these fellas. That's John Davies, the fourth mate. but I haven't figured out who clubbed him. So let's try to figure that out, huh? I feel like that'd be a good time to do so. So notice there's blood splatter on the top here too. You found out and got the 3rd achievement? Nice. Well, if we get close to finishing the game here tonight, Hop, and I have not achieved it, you should let me know. We have no idea who this guy is. We just know he's been shot by a gun. Let's see. We also know who's back there. His guy bled out. I think we already met him and determined who he was. We know who you are, I believe. Yep. Seaman Henry Brennan, knifed by the captain at the very end of the game. I don't know what he did with that club, but we got to figure out that soon. Who are you again? You were just clubbed by the captain again. All right. So I think this is where I want to go first, is I want to determine who killed you and the sequences behind and circumstances behind these fellas as well. So let's dig into that. Part 5 of 6.
What's all this, you damn fool?
Oh, so it was straight up this guy, John Brennan. The fuck were you doing, John Brennan? Unless he saw the guy who shot him, he was like, you need to die. Maybe that's what happened. So that's John Brennan right there. I know who killed this man. All right. Well, that's a change of pace. So, John Davies, you were clubbed by John Brennan. If I can find him again. Henry Brennan, not John Brennan, sorry. Henry Brennan, seaman. All right. Because I have properly labeled you as Henry Brennan. Sorry. Yeah. Cool. So we got that one settled. Let's determine the death of this one. Well, we know who killed him, actually, right? We know that it was this guy. The guy who was holding the gun. John Davies. See, I knew if I went through these a few times, we'd figure things out quickly. Part 4 of the escape. Captain cannot be trusted.
Have a plan? Yes. Take ship to the east. Trade rich fish and shells for gold. Hey, who's there?
Mutiny!
Fresh bastard.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So you're John Davies, right? I still don't actually know who this fella is. We now know that he was killed by John Davies. That's for damn sure. He's wearing a particular hat, I gotta say. I haven't figured that part out. He was shot. Well, nope, come on. Let's keep up this. You were shot with a gun by John Davies, the 4th mate. There we go. Still don't know who he is, though. But we're getting there. We're starting to pick up on all this. He's got to be one of the... He's got to be like one of the elites, right? Who are you? He could be the gunner's mate, Olis Wiather. Could be the purser. He could be the helmsman. Like, there are only so many officers left, right? He could be Charles Minor. He could be Olis Wiather. He could be Duncan McKay. He could be Finley Dalton. Those are the remaining, those are the remaining officers. I wish I knew what this hat meant. He has the same uniform as the bosun. It did sound vaguely Eastern European, so it kind of makes sense. He's kind of got a hat similar to the bosun, but not like crazily so. I don't know, man. I don't know if we want to play that game or not. He might be the helmsman, honestly. He kind of looks like a helmsman. I haven't been able to identify who the helmsman is otherwise, so maybe he's the helmsman? Finley Dalton at your service. Doesn't really feel like a purser necessarily. I'm going to call him Finley Dalton for now. Yeah, but if that was the case, then that should have solved something. He's not Finley Dalton. Is he Charles Minor? No. Is he Ollis Viator? Hey! John Davies was clubbed by Henry Brennan, the seaman. Ollis Viator was shot by John Davies, and John Naples was killed by sword by Philip Dahl. Bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. And just like that, we continue onward. I feel a little bit better about that. All right. So the only person in this series of circumstances we have not determined is the identity of this poor fella. That was the gunner who had the same hat, not the bosun, right? Who are you, sir? You were knifed, but I don't know who you were knifed by. Who knifed you? There's a lot of blood leading out of here. Are there any fully filled out deaths that did not get checked? All right, give me 1 sec. I would need to do this, and then I would need to go back to the glossary, and then I need to go to the crew. Okay. So Martin Perot, we got nothing, right? We have a lot of deaths here that you could see that we have pretty much determined. Paul Moss was killed via sword by somebody we're not entirely sure about. Omid Ghul we know is dead, but we don't know why. Kind of interesting. Leonid Volkov was shot by a passenger. I'm pretty sure that was one of the two ladies that we haven't determined yet, the difference between the two ladies. Nathan Peters, we don't know. That's about it. We don't have a ton of deaths that we know about yet. Yeah, there were two lady passengers. We haven't determined the difference between the two of them as of yet. I kind of still want to figure out what happened or who this fella is who's bleeding out on the ground, because we haven't determined that yet. And I kind of feel bad about that. He must be the one who's like, mutiny! Mutiny! Right? He's got to be the one. He's got this like really wimpy voice to him. But who the hell is he? He's got a lot of scenes in a lot of different places. Very English. How many Englishmen do we have left? He's not a helmsman. He could be he's not one of the two, one of the lady passengers. He could be the fourth mate's steward. He could be a midshipman, certainly. I don't think he's a seaman. If anything, I'd have to guess that he's probably either a steward. He feels young. I feel like a steward is probably the best word for it. Maybe a midshipman, but I'm not feeling that either necessarily. He also talks about a guy named Peter. Yeah, I'm thinking the fourth mate's steward as well, but we don't really have an answer for that right now. So I don't really want to throw that just into the wind as of yet. Know what I'm saying? Now, what are you guys up to here again? I can't remember. Who are you? I don't remember what this body was doing up here. Part 3 of 6. Yeah, his Peter's already dead, that's true. Let them go. You're first mate William Hoscut. And you're good old Henry Brennan again. Must be part of that mutinying crew. Who are you again? You are unknown. We have several people in this boat. This is one of the things we have to determine too. Who managed to escape on this particular vessel, right? We know you're one of the two women. Who are you? You're Henry Evans. You managed to escape to Africa. We don't necessarily know if that's where all the others are, but we do know that at the very least they probably did all manage to escape to Africa. Yeah, that's Henry Evans. There's a lady on the ship as well. The two ladies, both of them are on there. I guess it would be safe to say that both of the ladies are on the ship, right? But I don't feel like we have our three as of yet. Who? You're the captain. What did the captain want to do here? You were clubbed at the end. Both ladies to Africa is definitely a safe notion, but we still need a third to help us confirm that, right? Who are you again? How'd you die? Paul Moss was killed with a sword, but we don't know by who. Wonder if I can determine that. Since we know he's Paul Moss.
Last one. Move quick.
You'll not take the last one.
Paul, look out! Okay, do we know who you are yet? He's one of the Russians, I believe. Topman Leonid Volkov, yeah. All right. Well, we know who you got killed by then, most likely. You were killed by Leonid Volkov. One of them damn Russians. There you go, Paul Moss. In which case, I think we can start labeling these two, right? Let's say you're Miss Jane Bird, and let's say that you escaped. You're alive in Africa, along with Henry Evans. And let's say you... I'm just assuming that I have enough information about it, M. Jivens, that I'm at least close. And you must be Emily Jackson, and you also are alive in Africa, most likely. And yet, the fact that we were able to label all three of those and nothing appeared probably means that we're wrong. The question then is, maybe we're wrong between these two. Both of them can't possibly be Emily Jackson, so let's flip this one to Miss Jane Bird. Ha-ha! Here we go. So that was Emily Jackson. She's alive in Africa. Paul Moss was stabbed by Leonid Volkov, so we know he's Leonid Volkov. And Miss Jane Bird is also alive in Africa with Henry Evans. All right. We know that Volkov died to Jackson. Yeah. Look at us go. Look at us playing this out. Well, I could step back. I could kick back in the inception here, so I can get back to this fella. But I guess we just label him here. How you get the name Volkov? Through a series of circumstances earlier. We determined that he was. I think we managed to figure him out with. We determined him earlier with bunk numbers, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. So he was killed by Emily Jackson. Where's our passengers? There. So he should be all set to go. He was shot by a gun via Emily Jackson. We have not figured out both or all three of the Russians as of yet. That's one group that I still want to figure out. But the rest of them we have at least determined a fair bit about, so that feels pretty good. Okay. So Leonid Volkov is all determined and ready to go. The captain's trying to stop all this, but none of it's coming to fruition. Let's see if I determine what's going on down here meanwhile. That's Hoskett, who doesn't really get there in time. Oh, look at this. I haven't actually seen this scene as of yet, which is... I feel like I should have done this sooner. Yeah, so you're straight up the kid who listens to this before. I get you. The two people who are present at the scene are Olis Vyatar and John Davies, both of which are now dead. So I have to determine. You finished this earlier? Nice, cool dude. We're getting there. I think we're on. We're 36 fates in. So you definitely listened in, you bud. We get here when Volkov died, yeah. We'd see a little bit more information about this, right? We just have to back our way through again, but I think I have to re-see some scenes to do that. It's one of those two definitely killed the kid. I just have to determine which is which. So let's back out for a sec. And let's return. Okay? So here we go. We start off with this one again. End of the escape. He's dying. Are you Henry Evans? No, you're Hoskett. So Hoskett comes running down after he hears all the insanity down here.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best.
Aye.
To pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself. Bring the surgeon's kit!
That one I'm still trying to figure out. What is Peter's doing? What does he mean you try to pull Peter back? That one we still need to check on, I feel like. So I was checking on this one when I was able to check on Volkov. Let's bump on through this. What's the Scottish guy? That was Hoskett. Hoskett was the Scottish man, I believe. If we scroll on back through here with the crew. Hoskett was indeed Scottish. Check kid's memory to see what the kid means. Yeah, you're right. I do need to check because that's right. He would be in those various scenes. You're totally right. Sorry, I'm kind of blasted through this right now because I want to get to Volkov, so I can walk downstairs and see what's going on with that scene. So Volkov gets blasted, obviously. Am I blocked on both sides of this staircase? No, I'm not. There we go. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the kiddo down here. Ah, fuck. Never mind, I can't see enough of this. No, wait, no, I went the wrong way. Oh, shit, I found him. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I went the entirely wrong way. This right here is Olis Vyatar that stabs the kid and kills him. All right. Well, now we have the culprit in this one. All right, so kid, you were stabbed by Olis. Olis Vyatar. We don't know who you are yet, but we definitely watched you get stabbed. I'm still kind of, I'm going to label him as the fourth mate right now, but I'll see you later on. Or the fourth mate Stewart, rather. Davy James. He looks like a Davy to me. Well, he was certainly not in on the mutiny because he wanted out. And he got his ass stabbed for it. Oh, the fourth mate, I believe, yeah, was in on the mutiny, so he was like probably trying to get to the kid. Was the kid Scottish? I don't know. I didn't hear that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't recall hearing a Scottish accent. Anybody else? Nothing else I could see in here, right? Because you're the fourth mate right here. John Davies, and that makes sense right there. He was probably like trying to find his mate, or the fourth mate to his steward, and then it was like, oh shit, I'm hearing mutiny, mutiny, and then he gets stabbed. Poor guy. Okay, off towards determining. So if this is indeed Davy James, what has he seen? Let's see here. Show memories on the deck map. So escape is when he died, so that was part 9. So let's step our way back, right? All this is escape. Wait. No. You could still see him in part 3 of the escape. Assumptions, woo! It's a very nice bit right here, yeah. No, that's what I'm trying to work my way back here on right now, Jeff, and see if we can find ourselves a confirmation. So part 2 of the escape, he was still visible, we know that. We know, really in all the parts, that he was visible in every scene, because he was eavesdropping, right? So let's try to determine something earlier than Chapter 9. For example, the Doom. The Doom he was there, the Doom he was there, and the Doom that he was there. If we could find where he keeps going, because I imagine that's probably the scene where he's talking about, I try to pull him back. I feel like that's probably where he was. So I guess we need to go back to the Doom Part 6. Blast by an explosion, get to the main bit. Oh, that's on the top crew deck. So let's head out. Head up to the top. Let's see here. What would be a good one for that? Who is the guy who's blown up? Not the escape. I'm talking about... Maybe he was the guy... Yeah, I bet you he was the guy who blew up he was tied to. Totally. That makes sense, right? Let's see. We got to figure out where that explosion is. The explosion is up to the top right. All right. So let's try... I think it's this bloody mess over here. Yep. Let's see if this is our boy. That's our boy, Davy James. Which means that this boy is probably Peter. He is probably somebody small. Peter Milroy, the midshipman from England. That makes sense, right? I tried to pull Peter back. Peter Milroy. What was that sound? Which means that I screwed up somewhere. Midshipman Peter Milroy. We have... So they were kind of friends, right? Peter Milroy, and then... He must not be Davy James. Because I feel pretty confident about our third, wherever it was. Can't remember what precisely it was, but I knew I felt a lot more confident about that one than I did about this one. They have similar attire, I agree, so it would make sense that they're both midshipmen. One is kind of his little, like, ascot tucked tighter than the other, though, so I wasn't sure. Maybe they're both right next to each other. Maybe they're both right there. There you go. Well, I don't know. So he's just a random midshipman who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Volkov got shot. Thomas Lanky was stabbed by Ollis. And our good friend Peter exploded. As you do. Okay. Feel like we're doing pretty alright, all things considered now. Who are you? You're Tattoo Man, otherwise known as Maba. You are our good friend Ollis Vyathar, who is now dead. You're John Davies, who's now dead. Any other souls that I should be looking for here? Out we go. Okay. Well, that's another set of people that we just determined, which is pretty nice for us. You can see someone falling off the side? Really? Did I miss something before? Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. There is someone falling from the top. Must be a topsman who didn't make it. Oh no, it's Omid, my favorite. Oh, poor Omid Ghoul. He drowned. One presumes. I guess? I mean, he fell, but like... Oh, he fell overboard. All right, there we go. Poor Scimitar Man, he was one of my favorites. Okay. Anybody else falling from a great height during this scene? No other explosions or anything like that so far as we're aware. I'll miss Scimitar Guy. He was one of my favorites. What if I could see, if I was able to peek down, if I could see the artist crushed on the front of the ship there. Doesn't look like it though. Second favorite after Tattoo Man. Agreed. Agreed. I want to take a look again at the scene immediately following the death of Abigail. While we're up here. I couldn't get downstairs in that scene, no. Unfortunately not. The first couple of scenes, I wonder if it's any worth, or it's worth anything trying to determine what happened in those now. It's been so long since we first looked at those. You know? Like, it's kind of frightening how long it's been. She's the last scene of the Doom. Martin! She's calling out for Martin. Where's the captain? Have you lost your mind? Get back inside. Who's Martin? I thought about it the other night. I was like, she was thinking, she was trying to call out for Martin. Who's Martin? Presumably somebody close to where she was in that scene. Who is Martin? Martin Perot, the third mate. We don't actually know who the third mate is as of yet, but I presume it's this fella right here. We already have him labeled. Okay, fair enough. We don't know his fate. You can see he's falling there. Past that, we don't have a ton of information about him. He's presumably okay. This guy, however, is probably not okay. Where did you end up, buddy? Have you been in any other scenes after this? 2 memories total. Disappeared in the Doom. Okay. Ugh. We could probably assume that he's not doing so hot, but yeah, I don't know. What other scene has he been in? The Murder. It's the only other scene, huh? Just kind of getting this feeling like he doesn't make it out of this one. He was probably, I bet you he was probably drowned by the beast. Pulled off the ship kind of thing. I'm gonna call him drowned for now. Drowned by the beast. Just presumed. Who are you? How are you connected to these folks? Paul Moss, the first mate steward. He's dead. Olis Vyatar, the other guy who didn't make it. Olis Vyatar didn't make it. Unknown crew member didn't make it. Alfred Klestel didn't make it. Unknown. Unknown. Poor Maba. Oh, he's having such a bad day. Checking on Maba again real quick. Yep, I know, that's where Bosun got his arm ripped off. That's where our dear friend got torn asunder. I was going to check around here and see if there's any other missing pieces that I definitely should have picked up on. You're John Davies, trying to fight off the Kraken. You're the gunner's mate. That makes sense. The gunner's mate was trying to throw guns to people. You're Thomas Lanky, so after you saw your friend get exploded, you decided, nope, that's the end of it for me. Oh shit, there are 3 people being thrown off a ship or a boat there. Do you see that? I haven't looked at these fellas yet. I can't see them, and what I presume then that means is that I'm pretty sure there was a ship trying to leave at the beginning of the Doom. So I actually need to determine the fate of those 3. Presumed drowned by the beast. I'm glad I came back here. Who are you? You were Martin Parrott. I think that's pretty clear. You're still unknown. You're unknown. Yeah, we need to get back to the beginning of the chapter of Doom. So let's see here. Let's back out here. Let's head back. I was already there. Damn it. Oh well. The Doom! Lars Linde was the first one to die. So we just need to check out the Doom first. His body is not present here, I don't believe, unless this is the exploded one. I think this is the exploded one. It could be Lars, though. It could totally be Lars. No. Alright, time to get out of here. Let's head back to Doom 1. I think this is Lars Linde here. Yeah, we have to verify who's on the boat. Yep, part 1 of 8.
Let me on. Over my dead body.
Actually, we know the fate of one of the brothers now.
How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The ropes.
The ropes.
Well, I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
Hup. Okay, there are 3 fellows on the boat, right? Who are you? You are still unknown to me, but you have a very large knot, which leads me to believe that you're a midshipman. There's this guy who I'm pretty sure is one of the Americans that we have. Probably a midshipman. And then you are one of the 2 brothers. I know who you are. You're Nathan Peters. You were drowned by the beast. You were an American midshipman. Or not. Fuck. Who the hell were you? He's an American for sure. He has a loose tie again, I know, but I'm not a midshipman. I'm out of Americans as well. Who could he be? Don't think he's Swedish, don't think he's Irish, and he could be English, I admit. He just has a very American accent, you know? But he could be Lewis Walker, the top man. don't think he's necessarily a seaman. Well, you also drowned for sure. By the beast. It's bad VA, maybe. Maybe. Maybe you're Davy James. He also drowned by the beast. Would a top man have a tie? No, he wouldn't. Just kind of felt like a Lewis to me. All right. But he wouldn't be a seaman either, right? I guess he could be. You feel like a steward to me because you got like a coat and everything, right? The giveaway, of course. Yeah, I'll check that in a few minutes. Tell you what, let's just do it right now. All right. So we had, I think, 40 entrants for that. Let me take a look. Sorry about not doing this giveaway sooner, by the way. Who and what killed the giveaway? That's the question, right? I got myself in a situation where I forgot about it. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Cool. So, the giveaway is for a copy of Jackbox Party Pack 5. And I need a random number between 1 and 41. Random number between 1 and 41. The random number is 24. So whoever is number 24 is the one who's going to win. Let me take a look once more. We have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And the winner of the copy of Jackbox Party Pack 5 is Peach 2010, a.k.a. Carrie of Zeldathon. I owe her a copy of Jackbox Party Pack 5. And that's what that is right there, folks. Carolyn. So there you go. I'll have to congratulate her later on. You're here. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Peach 2010. Hit me up after the stream, and or just Discord message me now, or whatever, and I'll send you the code. Congratulations on winning. Thank you for retweeting my tweet. I appreciate that. All right, trying to determine who the hell these two are, right? I see that she is indeed here. All right, I gotta figure out what's going on here. We've seen this guy in so many spots, but I don't feel like I have any idea who he is, and I want to know because I don't know. It feels like he should be a pretty easy guy to figure out. Let me on. Uniform. What else is that kind of uniform? Midshipman do, but I'm out of midshipman, man. I'm straight out of midshipman. That's precisely the problem. You can see here, I have the bosun's mate, who I don't think that's him. Could be him. Probably not, but maybe. I have the purser, who's not him. He's not the helmsman. He could be the helmsman, potentially, but I don't think he is. Maybe he's a steward. He could be a steward, I'll admit. But probably not. Yeah, I'm straight up out of midshipman. You can see right here. If it was still in doubt, they would just have it crossed out like this. But as it stands, there are no midshipmen left. Who do we see him with in the sketch? Well, we see him with another guy who we don't know. I guess we do have Nathan Peters, who is a seaman. He could be another seaman. I call him George Shirley. I can brute force, but I don't necessarily want to, and I don't actually know the fate of this guy other than probably drowning. Lean towards mates and stewards. I mean, that's where I have both of these labeled, right? I called him the fourth mate steward. I called him a... Or you think he's a mate, not a steward, huh? Or, well, he's not going to be a mate, because all the mates have hats. They all have very nice hats. Unless you think he's like the bosun's mate or something. You think Book Dude's the purser? That kind of makes sense. He just doesn't look like a very bookish person in his picture here. We have not seen much of the purser. Oh, well, there you go. He drowned by a terrible beast. Poor Omid Ghoul. Oh, it means we still don't know who our African-American friend is. Supposedly. Might be African European, or might be African English, might be African French. There you go. Okay, so we got we got Omid, we got Peters, and we've got our purser now. Now I just got to figure out who you are. So you're not Charles Minor, most likely. Unless, well, I mean, he was the last one. Most likely is not Charles Minor. Could be, but probably not. Well, I'll leave him be for a minute. Let's see if we can try to investigate him further. Oh yeah, that's right, because we would have already had 3 if he was Charles Minor, so he's definitely not Charles Minor. You're correct. I'm going to mark him as unknown again. Let's figure out what else he was in, huh? Because he's been around. He's showed up at a lot of different places. Okay. He's in Unholy Captives. He was in The Doom. He was in Soldiers of the Sea. He was in Soldiers of the Sea? He might be a topsman, honestly. But I've seen him in the bottom of the ship, too. I don't know. Soldiers of the Sea are typically, where the part 1 there were usually topmen. Need to get back up there at some point. And he died during Unholy Captives, huh? No, he was still in the Doom as well. Okay. A Bitter Cold he was in. I wonder if we could figure out a little bit more about him based on the Bitter Cold. It's been a while since we've been over there. He was in Loose Cargo, I remember that. He was in Soldiers of the Sea. He's drowned now, yeah, for sure. So he died during the Doom. Wonder if we could figure out more information about him if we went back to the Bitter Cold, down in the Orlop deck. Like, maybe? I don't know. I don't think we'll learn anything more about him from Loose Cargo. Soldiers of the Sea, perhaps. Let's play back the part 1 of Soldiers of the Sea. We'll go from there. Keep playing that up. Okay, Soldiers of the Sea part 2. Where are you? Like, can I find his body, or can I not go there? Which one? Oh, it's the one that landed here. That's right. Let's take a look. It's right now I'm just trying to remember where all the bodies ended up. Easier said than done. The wind is alive. Who got electrocuted? It was this fella. We don't know yet. Okay, so we got a lot of friends all over this ship, right? The guy shouting is French, not Russian? Sounds kind of Russian. He's the bosun. That makes sense. We know he's Maba. We have 2 Chinese souls up here, and we have you, who's Omid, who we know is dead thanks to the Doom. I guess we could expand him from just unknown to unknown topman. That's fair. That's a good thing to do. How many topmen do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yikes. I labeled him? I know. I'll label both. Or more than one. You seen that, by the way? The hell is that? I don't like it. Anybody else see that thing, though? Like, seriously. What the fuck are you? It was just a bug. You're definitely a topman. You're a topman. Omid and Maba we already know, so we don't have to worry about them. You're a topman, most likely. Oh yeah, Topman Leonid Volkov. You sure it wasn't Leonid who was talking during that? It kind of felt like Leonid, maybe. We don't need to know you either, but we know that you're a topman now. Probably either Scottish or English, because everybody else... He kind of looks like a Scottish Timothy Buttermont. I'm gonna call him that one for now. Any other topmen I should be aware of? Assumptions are hard, or things to make, but you know, I feel like that's not a terrible educated guess there. And it doesn't hurt me to make educated guesses, as long as I remember that it's a guess and not a true thing. You know? Alright, let's keep playing out a few more of them down here meanwhile. Whoa, I almost entered through the exit, or went through the exit there. I don't want to do that yet. Who are you? Excuse me, who are you, sir? Who are you? We're not determined from here? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. No? Alright. Well, who are you? And how do we know that other guy, that our African-American friend, where is he in this scene? If I can't identify individuals on that line there, how can I figure this out? Do I just get lower? It's impossible to tell. God damn it. There are a lot of friends that are helping out down there, but apparently I can't identify any of them. Which is kind of frustrating. Yeah, there is a missing topsman from this, though. We know that one of them's Volkov there, because we already kind of labeled him out. And we know you're probably the Scottish one, if I had to guess. 5 hours of streaming in an hour. Go figure, right? Good times. Top of the sail to the left. I already determined only Ghoul down there. Is there somewhere else that I'm missing? Because this is our Russian friend. This is our, who I believe to be our Scottish friend. He just kind of looks Scottish to me. Just kind of racist in a way, but I mean, come on, he's definitely kind of Scottish-esque. Hey, Windfisher, what percentage of outcomes we're currently at? I think at like 39 or something like that. 36, 39. Here for the mystery. Hi, Neon Tiger. Help us figure out some of these, yeah? Yeah, that's Omid Gul right there. You can tell by the small head turban he's got it going on. The only guy to wield a scimitar on the ship. Cool guy. I like him. But I can't access him right now, but I know that's Omid. Did a topsman die before or prior to this? It's entirely possible, isn't it? Are all the topsmen kind of hanging out with each other? Wait. Back it out here a second. Take practice quiz. Hopefully we'll see at the end there. Who's this fella? I feel like that's our other topsman that we haven't determined as of yet. Fuck. What? Oh, he was the one who was electrocuted? No. That's not the one I'm looking for. God damn it. Get back to the beginning here. Get to the crew. I'm trying to determine who you are. He was shot with a gun by Edward Nichols. When was that? From the that could be our Sierra Leone guy. You're right. I didn't think about that. I think maybe I need to figure out more about the instances surrounding the murder. I want to go back to murder part 3, perhaps. Play on with that a little bit. Figure out some more about that. You're right. Maybe he is our Sierra Leone friend. That would make a little bit more sense. He's the only African friend we have on the ship, so that would make sense. Sierra Leone. Hamado Diom. We'll try that. Click on the events on the floor map to shift to them. If you can, I'm not been made aware of such a thing. I'm pretty sure I have to walk to each one. Could be wrong, though. Alright, so I want to go back to the murder. Part 3 specifically. So we already know about how Nunzio Pasqua was killed by Edward Nichols. We know that they executed poor Hok Sing Lao. This is the one that we haven't fully determined yet, and I feel like we could probably figure out more about it. So let's do that. This one, the corpse is moved post-mortem, and you can find it hanging off the edge of the gun deck inside the first mate's place. So head down a floor. First mate. There it is. Let's play around with this one a little bit.
On your toes.
Go back.
Here.
Pepe!
This is another part I think we kind of have to play around with.
The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up.
Give it up. Ah, and then Nichols shoots. So that's Nichols right there. Right? Second mate. He's a real dick in this whole situation. I don't like him. We know he's Patrick O'Hagan, who helps with with his little side trip of his. Who are you? Peter Milroy is knocked flat in this process. Who are you? Lars Linde was also beat back. Our poor friend Hok Sing Lao is also dead. He didn't sound Chinese, that's true. We know what happened to Chiao Tan. We know what happened to It Bang Xia. We know what happened to Bunlan Lun. So know the fates of all the Forsen folks. So that's our friend there. He did sound Chinese, but we don't have like a ton more. Or which means he's our other topman. But I can't. I have no like identifier of each of them as of yet. Arm tattoo. Arm tattoo. Arm tattoo. Arm tattoo. Arm tattoo. Oh fuck! Where was arm tattoo? He was in a bunk. Fuck. Oh shit. God, was he 36? He was 36, wasn't he? No, 36 was already set. So who is he? 37? Okay, all right. That's entirely possible. Yeah, he was number 37 for sure. So we've got our Scottish guy, which means that we need to play out our other topman, that guy. You're actually our other English topman, Lewis Walker. Okay. Good old Buttercold. You were having a bad day. Unfortunately, part 2 of the murder is simply just the, Part 2 is the actual execution, I do believe, so, like, we don't get a ton of information from this, which kind of sucks. Who are you? We know you're strangled. He must be a steward, based on the uniform there. Kind of a hard-nosed looking steward there. How many stewards do we have left? It would make sense if he was the steward to Nichols, right? Okay. How about you? Who are you? You're one of the Russians, but I don't know which Russian you are. But I suppose I could label you. Or at least close, you know, not entirely. You're most likely an unknown seaman, either Alakus Nikishin or Alexei Toporov. Whose fate I'm not actually sure about, so it doesn't make sense to label you as such yet. But I know that you're a seaman. Because I don't know what fate befell him, so that doesn't help me a whole lot. I'm pretty sure you're a steward. It would make so much sense if you were the second steward, but I don't know. Could it be the ship, like the Indian ship steward? No. He doesn't look Indian. If I had to guess, he looks Irish to me, honestly. I think we got that one right. And the question is, what happened elsewhere? Are you even sure that he got strangled by It Bang Sa? It kind of looked like he was being strangled, but I honestly couldn't tell you. He just kind of fell down and died. So the question is, what the hell happened there? Yeah, if I had to guess, his cause is probably wrong. Means we got a lot of travel to go through in order to find that one again. I'll have to take a look again in a minute. So we know you were shot. Oh, is he labeled? Yeah, he was shot by E. Nichols. We think he's Timothy Butament. We don't actually. We haven't found somebody who has expired of old age. That's true. We know what happened to you. We know what happened to you. Formosan royalty. I think it's time we jump into that voyage of the second mate Nichols once more. His whole thing makes me kind of suspicious, but I also want to take a quick look again at the execution of one of the Formosan guards here.
Hok Seng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
I think this is Nichols here, right? And let's confirm here that this is the guy whispering him to the second mate steward. Okay, that makes sense there. Third mate steward behind the third mate there, that makes sense. I'm just kind of trying to play out all these various characters here. Because this is a pretty big gathering of all the different folks.
You are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire.
We know that this was the chef, this is the butcher. You're the artist, so we know that one pretty well. Yeah, the sketch is modeled after the scene, so we kind of play that you're Lars. You're the bosun. You're one of the Chinese topmen, I believe. We don't have any other Chinese players here, right? So you're a topman as well. You, I believe, yep, we already labeled you as an unknown topman. Yeah, literally sketching it right then and there. Which is pretty crazy. Anybody else in this scene that we haven't really labeled out yet? Doesn't appear to be. I'm gonna go back to the original murder. See if there's... I feel like we may have jumped too quickly through that chapter.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is there?
Who is there?
Who is that? Is someone hurt?
Eh?
Signore Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things.
Yeah? Is that so?
Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
And then they stabs poor guy. It's not very nice. So this is the secret thing, Majig, that is totally terrifying and evil, and we're all screwed because of it. Who are you? Maybe we can figure out something about you. Oh, you're Hawk Sing Lao. He's the guy who was accused of the murder. Those are those two. Because he knocked out the guy in order to gain access to the artifact. That makes sense. Just trying to see if there's anything else in this scene that I missed previously. We're pretty squared away into this particular area down here. There's not much to see. Poor Nunzio Pasqua, I liked him. He just liked playing his fiddle for those who would listen. He was a good man. A very good man. And Signor Nichols was not. In fact, he was a very bad man. Side on out. Okay, so we followed kind of the natural conclusion of that. I want to get back into... the culling? Yeah. Where can we start up this? Bunlin Lan. Bunlan Lim. Want to dig through that because I think there are a few folks on that voyage that we didn't actually determine yet, and I think one of them was, in fact, the second steward. And I kind of want to figure that one out. Not you. It's our three friends here. There's Nichols, there's Lon. Nichols, let's start off with you.
Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Murder! Hey! Hey! Hey, Katie133, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're having yourself a lovely evening. Hope your stream went well. Welcome, folks. Welcome, Raiders. My name is Shadow Temple. Members of Zeldathon, the Lionhearted, and of course, the always venerable Sin Squad team. Hanging out, playing a little bit of Return of the Obra Dinn, where we're trying to determine who died where. We can tell that this right here is the second mate Nichols. And you know what? He got fucking shot. Right here. By this fella right here. His name is Bucks, he is actually Chio Tan. That's right. One of the guards of the Formosans. Because he watched as all the Formosans were killed. It's not good. Yeah, we're pretty far into the game here, guys, but you can kind of get a feeling for what this game is like right now, if you'd like. John Davies, we already know who he is. Let's try to identify everyone who's looking down on this scene, if we can. Who are you up there? Can I find you out? So Davies was there. Well, welcome, Raiders. Again, my name is Shadow Temple. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I like to do all sorts of different games. I like mysteries, especially. I like games where I can talk a lot, because I like to talk. Anyway, if you guys like this stuff, make sure you check it out. Katie, what do you do? What's your thing? What's your game? What's you play? What are you playing tonight? What are you doing? How are you? What's your favorite color? What's your horoscope? It's a lot of questions, I know, but I figure you got a lot of answers. Can I just please see who you are? No? All right, fine. So we got a dead person there. We know how you died, it bangs ya. We're missing a few bodies, actually. You notice that? The only bodies that came back were those of Lim and it Bang. All the other bodies are gone. Let's head back. So the idea of this game is that you can, that we're trying to figure out the fates of 60 people who are on this ship who never came back. And we do so by checking the bodies of each one that we can find. They just wait for 13 months in a row! Streaming a painting or finishing? Nice. What kind of spooky thing were you painting? This is your time, your chance to shamelessly plug, because I'm giving you the permission. Okay, so his arm was burning. And, oh, okay. So that's Nichols there. Get those simple thoughts in chat, by the way, in case I didn't mention that already. Thank you so much. Okay, you're a dead mermaid here. Mel Ambrose, a Fox detective. Very nice. Very cool. What's your art style? Or what's your medium? I guess I should say. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Let's see. Let's bag this off for a second. So, it being Siad died. Oh, shit. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go back to the calling. So, the unknown Topman was speared by a terrible beast in part 1 there. Patrick O'Hagan was speared. Samuel Gilligan, I think, was strangled by it, Bengsia, but we could be wrong. Or we know that Bunlan Lim is already dead. It being yeah, he for sure burned to death. Right there, Miss Lynn. So he burned up. There's blood in the boat, but there's not a whole lot else going on. Oh, I see. That's right. Since he reached into that case, he killed all the things that were trying to kill them. But in the process, he died, and the lady, or this poor lady here, died as well. Fair enough, Katie. Fair enough. Very cool. Always like me some art streams on Twitch. You have it. So she was able to use the power of this case to kill the 3 mermaids that were attacking this ship. But a lot of people were already dead in that process. This is Patrick O'Hagan here, I think. Shit, I didn't mean to go back in his thing. Aw, damn it. It's fine. It's okay.
Keep rowing!
Where is it? There! Something there!
I see it!
Give us a weapon! Shoot! My kid eye!
Pick up the oars!
You're a seaman? Well, you were pulled in. You were pulled into the depths by a terrible beast there. That's what happened to you. You were a topman. Yeah, you done. You were drowned by a beast. Sorry. We have ourselves a second mate steward here, but we don't really understand how he died yet. We need to determine that still, I feel like. Party chapter is using the Eldritch chest to fend off the Kraken. It's entirely possible. But who do you think sacrificed themselves to do it is the question. You have no idea what happened to you. You need to know how you died. Unfortunately, I think I stepped one too quickly through this part here, the calling. It's unfortunate, but I think that's the issue at the moment.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊落去水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
And then he gets fucking stabbed. Yeah, they said strange things about monsters, because guess what? There's a strange monster that just threw a spear at you, bud. Sorry, buddy. So he's an unknown topman. I think we'll figure out all the Chinese topmen when we go back to a scene featuring the bunks. I think we'll settle all the scores on that one later on. Who the fuck are you? It would make sense that he's a seaman because the four gunners were all seamen as well. So I'm gonna call that one there. Question is, which seaman were you? Caliander's. Oh, we know what happened to him, don't we? Shit. Because you're Patrick O'Hagan and you got speared. You got pulled in. Why? Like, wait, what? Hold on. No, he was the guy who got pulled in over here, right? Yeah, you were drowned by the beast. I gotta take a step back here, unfortunately, and get back into this again. I stepped too quickly through this scene. We have souls here that can be determined. Their fates can be determined, but only if I take my time on this. So the scene starts. 32 more views, still 200,000 views on the channel. Aw, shit. Are we gonna do it tonight? That's the question, right? So we had 4 people on each boat, right? We've got Nichols here. We've got ourselves 2 seamen here, one of which is Patrick O'Hagan. We have ourselves Len there. We have a Chinese topman here. We've got ourselves Itbang. We got the steward, and we've got, I believe, a Russian topman here. I skipped 3 entirely. That's the problem. So I gotta scoot on back in here. Let's try it again.
Ahoy!
Okay.
Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield! Hold your fire!
Oh, yield! So let's try to take this one step at a time again. It being Xia was the second to last to die, so that's part 5. So he's dead. Nobody else is on the ship at this point. Nichols has jumped from one ship to the other and is attempting to pull all the mermaids ashore. Meanwhile, it being Xia's dead. We know he burned to death as a result of reaching into the cabinet. So she must be part 4. Okay. Getting back to it now. Nichols is here. Patrick O'Hagan's already dead. We have no idea what happened to the third person, or the fourth person on this ship. We have our 3 here. We don't know what happened to number 4. Meanwhile, over here, we have ourselves... Who are you? Oh, you were stabbed! You can see the knife in his back. There we go. That's what we screwed up. It was definitely by it being Xia, but I don't know how he did it, so it must be a knife. There we go, 45. Now we're getting there. Samuel Gilligan. Timothy Buttermint. And Lewis Walker, the topman. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. 3/4 of the way through all 60 crew members. Okay. Feel a bit better about that now. Okay, so I'm glad we figured that one out, because it looked like he was kind of getting strangled in a scene, but it didn't really feel cohesive, so I'm glad we determined that now. We have made a lot of progress. We've been stepping through and filling a lot of gaps in. We might even finish this yet tonight. We'll see. It's just a random Chinese topman. There's another scene we gotta be able to play that all out from. We know what happened to you. There's one more guy in this boat. He was the Russian who got pulled out. We don't know which Russian it is, but we know one Russian definitely got drowned here. Meanwhile, there was one guy in here who's not here anymore. I think it's time to check on you. Part 3.
You're still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
So Nichols hid. This is where Bunlin got her neck slashed. You were already stabbed in the head. This is where it bangs out. There's the knife. I can see a lot better now. He gets the stab in. You're already dead, as we knew, but you were the first one to die in these ships. Which means that this guy who's getting pulled in was drowned by I think it's Alexander Booth, and I'm pretty sure he was drowned by a terrible beast. Not entirely positive on his identity, but I'm pretty certain. Because we don't see it. The only thing I'm not certain about is necessarily his name. He could be George Shirley, for all I know. But I'm pretty sure he's an Englishman. Maybe I could determine via the pipe. Who liked smoking a pipe who was a seaman in these scenes? There's got to be a pipe user around here, right? Maybe not necessarily. Also confirms that the black guy is not the Sierra Leone guy? What do you mean? Oh, because, yeah, they passed him up, didn't they? Dang, who the fuck is he? You're totally right. So I'm just looking through and see if I can find a pipe dude. I'm not seeing one around. I know, well shit indeed, right? I kind of assumed that would be right. He's got to be one of these guys, right? Would I label him as such? Oh wait, what am I thinking? Of course, he is that guy. We can always positively identify them by their view right there. What the fuck was I thinking? I don't think he's one of our Russian seamen. I think he's either George Shirley or Alexander Booth. I just don't know which is which. I'll play around with that later on. I'll just leave him labeled as one of the Englishmen to confirm that I'm pretty sure he's English. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty certain he's the English guy. All right, let's check on this fella. I think he's part 2.
Keep rowing!
你没过来啊，别这样。
Where is it? There! Something there!
I see it!
Something there. That's definitely English at best.
Mike and I! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
No names here. Mother of God, keep rowing. They're here. Bang the chest. Where is it? There's something there. I give it. Okay. No names there. I think that's where I figured out who Bang was, though, so that's handy at least. All right, I think I got as much information out of this out of chapter 4 as I could. There's some good information there. We learned a lot, but it's time to move on. Okay, the question is where to move on to at this point. Hey, Flip, how's it going? I think I need to dig in again on a few scenes that featured. I think I need to get into the bitter cold. Let's see if we can dig into that a little bit. Let's go to the Orlop deck. Let's go interact with that poor steer. And go from there. Head on down. Ugh. Every time I pass by that corpse, it gives me the goddamn creeps. I do not like those giant spider crabs. No thank you. No fucking thank you.
Take him to the cockpit. Get him wrapped and seat the last right.
Hit her here. One swing. Get
One
through the
swing.
skull in stone or brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it.
Here?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up.
There you go, Flip. Congratulations. Thank you, Naku, for the host.
There, sir.
Never been on a farm, Charlie?
Mind your shoes now.
All right, death of the cow. We knew you were Charlie. Did we ever figure out your fate? Yeah, he burned. It's also with viewers, too. Aw, dang. Were you streaming today, Naku? What's going on? What were you doing? What game is this? Have you not seen this, Flip? Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a game called The Return of the Obra Dinn. See all these people here? All these people are kicking around? They're all dead, or missing, or gone. And it's our job to determine where the hell they all are. Streaming raid in Final Fantasy XIV. Nice.